Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Ayesha, your host. I'm thrilled to lead this session on becoming a data driven organization. Today, we have Alessandro Masato, the global head of data at Butter Shoe Organization, with us. Alexandro's leadership in leveraging data across global markets adds invaluable perspective to our discussion. Let's dive in. Alessandro, in your experience leading at the highest levels, what is the biggest obstacle companies face on the road to becoming truly data driven, and how can they overcome it?
Thanks a lot. I think that the biggest obstacle for the companies is the cultural resistance and the change management part. Cultural because a lot of people in the company don't know exactly what they can do with the data, where they can arrive with the data, which are the decisions that they can take with the data, and how they can leverage the capacity of the data to be quicker in the market, in the company, in the business decision to go directly forward to the target that they would like to achieve. The second one is the education, the communication of the people inside. A lot of people doesn't know exactly what they can do, and so the leadership sometimes don't follow which are exactly the way that they have to take as decision following the data, because sometimes they don't know which is the power of the data. And also following trainings approach, communication approach, adoption approach with data directly inside the business.
That's insightful. Now, moving on to the next question. What are the concrete steps companies can take to build a data driven or culture?
Yeah, I see more or less three, four main steps to foster a data-driven culture in the companies. The first one is to emphasize the data importance from a leadership point of view. The second one is to provide good trainings and good, let me say, endorsement to the people from business and technical point of view on which are the main benefits that they can take from the data. The third is the transparency, okay, because in the data process, sometimes people lost which are the, let me say, the source of the data, where data come from, how the
Mhm.
data are built, and something like that. So the transparency is very important. And the last, but not least, is the continual improvement. Okay, so the incentive, the trainings, the continual improvement inside the company allow you to create the good environment to be a data-driven organization. Implement quick win project, allow an approach that done is better than perfect. So
Mhm.
share with everybody that follow a data-driven approach is something quick, easy, and with a lot of benefits.
Thank you for sharing. Now let us move to the leadership, senior leadership. Okay, how can senior leadership leaders champion data-driven decision making within their organization?
So my point of view is that the senior leaders can champion data-driven decision making by, by leading by example. What does it mean? It means that with clear expectation, with clear commitment, clear top-down approach to the teams, but also to hear the bottom-up approach from the people that will share the data. Simple KPIs, simple, let me say, set of data that will allow them to take a decision very quick, because the project can be very, very, very strong and very helpful for the company. They are quick, they are simple, and also if the leadership can take a decision based on them. So elephant projects that are not allowed give right decision making to the leadership team are not
Mhm.
successful for the company.
That's an invaluable advice. Shifting gears now, let us discuss about data democratization. How are you working to make data accessible and actionable for all the employees without compromising security and privacy?
Yeah, this is an important point and very complex because all the organizations are approaching it differently. My point of view is that uh, we have the main companies, okay, have to create a sort of control, okay, on the data encryption and harmonization. What does it mean? It means that create commonality in the language, in the main KPIs, in the main dimension that each one organization would like to analyze. They have to create standardization, commonalities, they have to harmonize the technique also to receive the data in order to create, a common way of work. And also from an access point of view, the importance is to create champions in the business, can be the focal point from an access point of view to allow and to train the others to go in deep in the data, avoiding to have, a spread of data around the company without any control. Regular audit monitoring, okay, to
Mhm.
check the policies, to check the adoption, to check the quality of the data, etc. Is, critical, is the main pillar. And also another pillar is to create, I mean, empower employees to analyze data. So
Mhm.
self-service BI with the responsibility, but also with the capacity to do it with simple tools. So yeah, data democratization is really complex and is, I think, a
Huge.
path some company has to follow.
Yeah, that's like a comprehensive approach. Finally, let us touch on the future of the data. What are your thoughts on where data is headed in the coming years?
Yeah, I see uh, five main points around the future of the data. The first one, for sure, is related to artificial intelligence, both generative and with machine learning approach, and also with a lot of increase in the adoption. Now all the companies are learning what is behind the generative AI, behind the machine learning, what they can do. So I'm sure that more and more use cases will be ready in the next month, in the next years, and all the companies will adapt them very quick. The second one is to create, a good structure, okay, good structure and good standardization, as I mentioned before, for data democracy inside the company. Because I saw in my experience that there is a lot of confusion in the company with unstructured data. So create safe, structured, comprehensive, and harmonized set of data is the basis for the future. Then there is for sure the data visualization because compared with 10, 15 years ago, now the visualization is very quick, very simple. People, is able to take decision and to be able to see which are the main KPIs with simple visualization without any kind of complexity behind. Also, the approach, is business driven. It's no more, technical driven. The visualization is more for business than from the
Mhm.
technical side.
Exactly.
Concentrate also this part for the business. And the last one is to be sure that all the companies has in mind to put the data in the center of the decision. And this is the must because otherwise the data are only a set of information, but I don't know what to do with them. So starting from the business, to put the data in the center of the decision will be the key also for the future. I will take decision also if I have the data in front of me. If I will take decision without the data, means that I would like to take, risk, and I would like to be blind on the future, on the way of work. And it's
Mhm.
something that they can't accept.
Thank you, Alessandro, for sharing your expertise and insights with us today. It's been a pleasure having you on the podcast.
Thanks to you all, and a pleasure to share my experiences. So see you next time. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more insightful discussions like this.